And this guy is one of those rare and endangered locals, born and raised in Middle Tennessee. How about that? And by being here tonight and making history just by coming, you also get to share in a life moment for this guy, a wonderful comedian who is making his Opry debut in just a couple of seconds here. First time he's ever been on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. He's one of the stars of the Nate Land podcast with Aaron Weber and Nate Bargatze. You see him on Circle Television, which is also the home of the Opry. Stand Up Nashville is that show. Making his Grand Ole Opry debut. Make him remember this and feel it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hands together. And a warm welcome for Brian Bates. Grand Ole Opry debut.
Thank you very much, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. My first time at the Grand Ole Opry. I've had a lot of firsts lately. I just got married for the first time. How about that? I was 48 years old and had never been married. She was 43 and had never been married. And the crazier thing is, we actually dated for a short time, like 11 years earlier. It just didn't work out. We went our separate ways. But for some reason now, our friends think that's a romantic story. They're like, "Oh, did you guys go your separate ways because you knew the timing wasn't right? And that someday God would bring you two back together?" And we're like, "No. We went our separate ways because we both thought we could do better." We were wrong. We were very wrong. We were still in our 30s and had hope, and after 11 years of trying to upgrade, we're like, "Woo, we better put a tourniquet on this, stop the bleeding. This is the best thing the one of us is gonna do." So we did. We got married January 18th. We had a small wedding, not our choice, our friend's choice. Yeah, they didn't want to be there. Our friends were like, "Dude, we got over weddings 20 years ago. We are not going to another one." At my age, I had a hard time finding friends to even be in my wedding. I asked my one buddy to be my best man. He's like, "Man, I'd love to do it, but my bad knee." Are there gonna be stairs? I can't do stairs. We're gonna stand the whole time? I can't do it. I tell you who was excited about me finally getting married? My church. Because they didn't know what Sunday school class to put me in. I go to a big church, has all kinds of classes for all types of different backgrounds. Not for a 48-year-old single man. They were stumped. They didn't know what to do. They're like, "Divorcees? No, he's never been married. Widows and widowers? No, he's literally never been married. Young professionals? Nope. This guy's not young or professional. I'm not qualified to teach a class. I volunteered to help out in the nursery, but that got shut down pretty quick." My church was finally like, "Look, we don't normally suggest this, but we're just going home. Just read your Bible and we'll text you if there's anything we think you need to know." So now I'm married, so now I'm in the married class at church, but now my married buddies at church said, "Man, you gotta be careful because now that you're married, because women will find you more appealing." I was like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, man, they see that wedding band on your hand. It's a turn on to them. It's a challenge to them. So you gotta be careful. You gotta watch out." I was like, "You're crazy." I did not believe it, folks. I did not. But sure enough, I was right. It has not been a problem at all, not one bit. God has covered me in more protection than I asked. I mean, he's really looked out for me. It's not a problem. So my wife and I, we actually reconnected after 11 years. We reconnected on Match. And I've been on all the dating sites since there's been dating sites, just from the beginning. I started in my 20s and I got married at 48. My username on eHarmony is just Brian. First one. So I grabbed it. When I started with eHarmony, they used to send me emails saying, the girl of your dreams is just a click away. By the time I left, they were like, what about dudes? Come on, man, let's just try something. See what sticks. Let's try everything. You're killing our algorithm. And women in their 40s on dating sites, they've been through some stuff. And they are jaded. You can see in their profile, they'll just tell you. First thing you need to know is my children come first. Then my dogs, Zach and Cody. And then the Lord. If you can't handle them, you can't handle me. And I'm like, are we already fighting? I feel like I'm in trouble. Oh my goodness. But marriage is going great. Look, it still doesn't seem real. You get married at 48. I've gotten to the point in my life where my only goal is just to someday be able to take my clothes off in front of a woman and she not scream. And we are getting so close. We are. We're working through some stuff, but it's gonna happen soon. I can feel it. I can. I'm very thankful to have her in my life. Again, you're more appreciative when you get married late in life. Sometimes I'll just be sitting there watching TV and I'll just turn and look at her out there cutting the grass. And I say, thank you, Lord, for bringing her in my life. Sometimes I'll pause the game and take her some water and say, thank you. I'm blessed, thank you. My biggest concern getting married at 48 was my alone time. I'm used to having plenty of alone time. But my married friend said, don't worry, man, you'll still have alone time. She'll be at work during the day. You'll be traveling, doing shows on weekends. You'll have plenty of alone time. And then 6 weeks after we got married, a global pandemic hit. Yeah. That wasn't mentioned in premarital counseling, not once. And she started working from home, and I stopped working at all. We were stuck together 24/7 in our one bedroom, one bathroom, 750 square foot condo. And I've learned a lot about my wife during the pandemic. As soon as the salon shut down, I learned some stuff about my wife I did not know. For instance, did you guys know her hair's not really brown? Because I didn't. I had no idea. Till about 3 weeks into the pandemic, and I looked at her in bed one morning, I was like, huh. Did she just color the top of her head gray last night after I went to bed? And how is her mustache coming in better than mine? And she's here tonight, folks. But my married friends were like, dude, you were gonna learn this anyway. Yeah, eventually, not 6 weeks into marriage. This is supposed to be our honeymoon phase. This is supposed to be our best behavior phase. You can't hold a fart 24/7, folks. I'm sorry, you can't. I tried. After 76 days in quarantine, I'm like, I'm sorry, I gotta let this thing out. She said, that's okay, so do I. We're learning a lot about each other. She knows I don't know how to fix things, and I think she's fine with it. I think she maybe wishes I wasn't quite so proud of it. Other day I came home, she said, where you been? And I said, I went to AutoZone to get a headlight. She said, why'd you go all the way to AutoZone for? And I said, because they'll put in the headlight for you. She said, it takes a big man to have to ask another man to put in a headlight for him. I was like, well, it was actually a woman, so. Shame on you for assuming. That's sexist. My wife says I'm too passive, that I don't stand up for myself enough. I don't think she's right, but I don't want to get into it. No, I know I'm too passive. Here's one way I know. The other day, I was walking through a parking lot, saw a medical badge laying on the ground. Someone had dropped. I called the doctor's office to let them know I found it. There's not a button for lost and found, so I just pressed 1 for appointments. The lady answers, Wilson Medical Group, can I get your name and date of birth? Now, what I should have said was, no, I found this badge. I was just calling to let you guys know. But what I said was, Brian Bates, 11/3/71. Folks, I don't know what happened. One thing led to another. I got a doctor's appointment next Wednesday, and it's a gynecologist's office, so I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. We love Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A's are, you guys love Chick-fil-A? I love Chick-fil-A. Does anybody else think the drive-through service at Chick-fil-A is getting a little too good? Like, they are meeting you so far out there. I don't even realize it's them. I thought it was a homeless guy with an iPad. I was like, no, go away. I'm not giving you money. Then they're like, what can we get you? I'd like to get off the interstate first. This does not feel safe. How's your Wi-Fi so good? Then they're like, pulling up to the next window. What window? I'm at Arby's right now. I don't see a window. Chick-fil-A's so good, they're eventually just gonna be waiting for you in your car. You're just gonna come out in your car and be like, oh my gosh. And they're gonna be like, we knew you were coming. God told us. I hope I can be a good husband. We'll see. I hope I can protect my wife. I doubt it. Not exactly what you call a manly man. Here's one way I know. Other day, my mom called me and said the ladies group at her church was taking a self-defense course and thought I might want to join her. I'm like, Mom, I'm not taking a self-defense class with a bunch of old ladies. She said, well, I remember when you were younger, you used to want to fight in the UFC. And that is true. When I was younger, I used to watch these Jean-Claude Van Damme movies like Bloodsport and Kickboxer. You guys remember those movies? Yeah. There was always some fighter, had some unorthodox fighting style. And I thought, if I could come up with my own unorthodox fighting style, I could be unstoppable. Then I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? That'd be pretty unorthodox. If I got in that octagon, and they'd be like, over here we have John Jones. He has a background in Taekwondo and kickboxing. His signature move is the spinning back elbow. And over here we have Brian Bates. He has a background in self-defense training from the Highland Heights Church of Christ Ladies Group. His signature move is the keys between his fingers when he walks to his car. He's also good with mace and strapping his purse across his chest for safety. Folks, I'm Brian Bates. Thank y'all so much. God bless. Thank you.
Let's hear it for the Grand Ole Opry debut of Brian Bates, everybody. And again, check out that podcast until you get a chance to see him live. Nate Land with Aaron Weber and Nate Bargatze. And look for him on Circle Television on Stand Up Nashville.